Hey, Joe here. I'm the custodian at ignitiondiecast.com, but this channel is mostly a video diary of my personal collecting, hijinks, successes, failures. Walk with me now as I open and talk about cars, trucks, and sometimes even action figures. I usually interject some sassy Gen X commentary about the hobby, tales from the toy aisle, and society itself. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment. Your opinion matters. Yo, happy Sunday, Diecast people, channel viewers, friends, family. It's show and tell Sunday, so I'm not going to open anything. I'm just going to show you some stuff, and hopefully you enjoy it. Firstly, I mentioned within the past couple days that I was going to take the paint off a couple things. So here is the Porsche 911 GT1-98 that somebody donated to the archive. And this one is going to go to the archive because it's relatively perfect. Still has the chrome on the rims. I don't know if is that a nick? I guess you'd just call that a factory anomaly, but it's pretty much perfect. The one I have had flaky rims, so I took some brake fluid. I use brake fluid because it takes paint off slowly and gently. You could use paint thinner or whatever, obviously. You customizers know better than I. But I took the chrome off mine, so mine is otherwise pretty good shape. I mean, there really is no major flaws in this, but I took the chrome off the wheels, and I think that looks better with black wheels anyway. So that's a little customization I did. And here's another one. So here is this multi-pack exclusive 71 Porsche 911 that I put an APB out for, and two people actually came through with trades, and I didn't mind having two. So here's the stock one, which I'm keeping, and we don't really put multi-pack exclusives. What's that door seem really painted? I guess the graphics are, there's a blue painted over the metal flake, but multi-pack exclusives don't really go in the archive. So this is just mine, but this is also mine, which I took the tampos completely off. So now I just have a blue 911, 71 911, and I took the chrome rings off the wheels too. So it looks like it may have been meant to be this way. Like, it's just a stock, maybe track worthy, but not a racing, an event prepped 71. So I'm going to keep this one too, put it in the box just as an anomaly. There's space in that case that I'm keeping these in. So what else? I get a lot of shit because I grew up near Canada, and one of the weird vocal affectations I have from growing up there. Southerners think I'm from Sweden or something because I have a weird accent. I don't have a Southern accent. But one word that I screw up a lot is else. People from where I'm from say E-L-N, elm, S-E, ounce. What ounce am I going to talk about? And I've made an effort to expunge that from my way of speaking. So now I say else. What else am I going to show you properly? Is that the hair? No, that's just my own hair. So I have a couple of hybrid boxes, like two castings in a box because they're both young. Let me show you. So I have four boxes that are two different castings. The limited grip low lux recently came out of the miscellaneous box, and it's complete because I actually have all of both of those castings. The Dimancini Veloce and the El Segundo Coupe, current. The Time Taxi Time Shifter, current except for that color revealer time shifter, which I can't seem to find. And Max Steel and Mod Rod are not complete because I think I have all the Max Steels, but I'm missing a couple Mod Rods. So let's look in this new box. So there are only 4 limited grips because it's pretty young. And this one is based on a real drift truck, which was a Chevy S10. So really this is a Chevy S10. It's just not licensed. It's called the limited grip. And I don't think this Black Widow, the truck that this was, this casting is based on, is even called a limited grip. I think that's something Hot Wheels came up with. It was something else. But Chevy S10 drift truck. And the Lolux, I kept a few. Somebody sent me some, and then when I found out, I used to think it was a tow truck for some reason, and didn't think of it as being like a racing model at all. But when I found out that Lolux was a play on words for Hilux, Lolux, get it? That sold me. I was like, oh, that's adorable. So I started keeping these, and there's only 6 of them. So red, blue, well, they call this teal, aqua, ivory, gray, and orange. And that's the only Lolux that exists at this moment. So this box has a red line because it's complete, and that was easy. Very, very easy. So I went through all the Mercedes cars and moved them over to this side since I kicked the Porsche Matchbox and Mini GT out. So we got BMW up to this point, and this is where the Mercedes start. And I have fewer actually than I thought. I thought I was like going to exceed my shelving. So these are Matchbox, these 2, and it's 280, I think. I think it's a 280 SL. And this is like a 220 SE. Here's our gray one, and I think this was a Target edition, a red one. A-classes, Mercedes A-class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And a CLK, which came my way. I remember seeing those on the road and thinking they were super, super German looking. Some C-classes. Some Matchbox wagons, W123. I used to own a 123 body sedan. It was a 1978 300D. And a friend of mine who worked on Mercedes at a private shop, always used to call it a 123. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? So that was my first introduction to these like insider chassis codes for models. Here's the shooting brakes, black, red, blue, and a Super Chase. And I believe these are called E-Space 36s AMGs. So I presume it's an E-Class with a 3.6 liter engine, AMG edition. Mercedes is a very complicated make, so it's hard to know what all this stuff is. So here's some AMG GTs, 1, 2, 3 without the wing, 2 with the wing. This is some sort of a hybrid electric thing. I don't even remember what it's called. And some racing models. And I think these are CLKs or C-class racers, and do not know what these are. I mean, I knew when I looked at it when I first got them, but I've since forgotten. AMG, obviously. Here's some 500Es, white, black, silver, red, green, and the Target red, maroon, and a premium, I guess. I don't remember where that one came from. And I am missing the black one. You know why? Because someone ordered one and I couldn't find it, so I just gave them mine because it was brand new. So I'm missing the black AMG. whatever this is, 590. So silver, red, and I'm missing the black one, which there might be one around here somewhere, I'm not sure. SL, 300 SLs. And that one's a premium. And I don't remember what that one is. And there's two of them, a blue one and a gray one. This guy's on this row because they're too tall to go in here. So 2 G classes on the top, but this row finishes out with the SELs, some older ones, and then slightly newer ones. I think it ends in the 80s. I don't have any beyond the 80s. And then this last row, like I said, is G classes. And this is mixed Hot Wheels and Matchbox, because with these general make collections, I just kind of, whatever looks cool, I grab it. But I do keep it to Hot Wheels and Matchbox, because I just can't fathom mentally all diecast manufacturers. And then in the Mercedes category also, I have these Unimogs. I actually have all of them except for that damn Hot Wheels ID one, which seems to be unobtainable. I've seen it listed before for $100, and then I've seen the whole case of the Hot Wheels ID case that it came in listed for like $900. So it's pretty rare. It exists. Like, people have laid hands on them, and I think one of those big channels like Lame Ass Group or Minestrone of Diecast may have reviewed that case when it came out. I'm not sure. So I know it exists. It's Spectre Flame tan with some tampos on it. And then lastly, some Matchbox Unimogs that people have sent me, which I don't want to collect, but people send me anyway, so I keep them because, I mean, it's a Unimog. So that's Sunday. Tomorrow is Muscle Car Monday. I don't have any new cars, so I'm not sure what we're going to do. I almost forgot to give you my 2 cents. All I'm going to say today is that society here in America is at an all-time FU. Like, the attitude out there is really aggressive and negative. People, like a year ago, if someone said, well, this country's on the verge of a civil war, I would have said, nah, probably won't happen. But now I'm like, any day now, we're just waiting for the first shot to be fired, and I think people are going to start killing each other. And it's mostly politics. Like, it's divided down party lines. Like, people consider themselves on one side or the other. But I live here in Georgia, and most of my neighbors differ politically than I do, but I still get along with my neighbors because we have things in common. We work outside, we're landowners and stuff. So with my neighbors, between them and me, we have common interests, and that's enough to be civil to each other. And I guess I've always been kind of counterculture. Like, when society zigs, I like to zag. And I think that the way to be civilly disobedient right now, to be punk rock and not fall into what society and what the politicians and the corporations want, is to get along and ignore that divide and just make a real effort till it hurts to be courteous, polite, and kind to other people, even though you probably don't disagree with them. I mean, if they're wielding a gun and they're about to kill you, then yeah, they're your enemy. But if someone has some idea that you think is really whack, get over it and just realize that we're all humans, and it's part of their plan to divide us. So be disobedient. Do not comply by getting along and being kind. And that's just my 2 cents. So keep it fun. Talk to you tomorrow.